Alright. Hello fellow viewers and welcome back to yet another Wild Wednesday. I try a format that I do try to do every Wednesday, where we hunt wild Shinies, and this week it's gonna be back to my Sapphire cartridge again. And since last time I couldn't get the Shroomish, let's start with that one. So yeah, let's go. Oh wait. Eontimer, don't do this to me. Hey there, Arch. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Yeah, I know. I just had to do some things before the stream could start. And now I don't know why it keeps doing this. The Eontimer sometimes has just problems in general. No, well, no visual cue, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it anyway because you don't come to my streams to just hear me babble on and on. We're here, at least, yes, to a certain degree, you do. But what I'm trying to say is you want to see some Shinies. That's what this is for. And hey there, Ahmed. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? My dad is not happy about how the Italian national football team has played. He couldn't really exactly tell me why. Or maybe he used too much football jargon for me to be able to deduce what the problem was. He's just expressed his thoughts that he was very disappointing. Not disappointing, excuse me, disappointed of the national Italian, okay, that's nothing. There we go. Eontimer's been good again, that's great. But yeah, he's very disappointed. Maybe you can enlighten me on that subject, since you are the expert when it comes to football, not me. I mean, I know the rules of football and all that, with the 45-minute pause, 11 meters, all that. And there used to be rule changes, like golden goal doesn't exist anymore. But other than that, I'm not a connoisseur of the football strategy. Like, there's whole strategists out there with hour-long discussions where I can't really talk with them, or at least I can't say if they're saying nonsense or not, because if you don't really know much about a game, then, well, can't really, at least it's foolish to build or form an opinion if you have absolutely no knowledge of something, or very little knowledge. I think that's, that's what stupid people do usually. I know this sounds somewhat harsh, but playing my game while listening to this, very nice, Arch. What game are you playing? Or is it the same game where you grinded that very rare item that got nerfed? Because, yeah, that really sucks if you've invested so many hours into something and then it gets nerfed. I mean, I understand the nerf side to this as well. As a game developer, you don't want something to be too broken. Well, except if it's a mobile game and you implement pay to win, as it's commonly like nowadays, unfortunately, but yeah, I think you get the point. I just want you to know the Euro is going to be on fire once we get to the quarterfinals. Oh, there were people yesterday honking, even though both games, to my knowledge, were 1-1, so no one... Okay, I know that they get points in the tournament, right? But wasn't Croatia against... I forgot who it was. Or what language? What language exactly? What country? But they had 1-1 and the game wasn't even done yet. And during the break, people just honked everywhere in Western Europe. It was a honk parade yesterday, and I don't know if they're gonna do it again. But there seem to be some neighbors who they seem to really enjoy watching the game in their garden, which now it's very hot. A heat wave has been over Western Europe lately. Germany is like really hot. Luxembourg is hot. France is hot. Belgium is hot. It's just real sunny and hot. And the air quality is not really the best, but right now it's 24 degrees and it's during the evening. And if you hear that, it's just a warning in a way. If you hear any TV from like someone watching football, then you know it's from that neighbor. They are doing it outside. At least I presume they're gonna do it again, and I don't wanna interrupt him or stop his fun. It's his. You know, we Europeans, we do like having the ability to use our gardens how we please. And I mean, I am also streaming until really late with my window open. So, as the French always say, kiff kiff, it's okay. You can be noisy, I can be noisy. It's a mutual agreement, but if you hear crowd cheering or people just gasping or honking, well, it's the it's the Euro 24. So yeah, this is the first time I've streamed in the summer, and since I started streaming in November, and oh, let me do that again. That was in winter, well, autumn, if astronomically speaking, but yeah, this is the first summer that I started streaming, and the first summer is the one with that football tournament going on, so it should be pretty interesting. Yes, Italy will play Switzerland. Oh, they're gonna be against Switzerland. It's not easy, but Italy can do it, but it won't be surprised if Switzerland may pull a surprise. And even if they win, they will face against England. And England is going to be a hard game, really hard for Italy. Oh, you're playing Lumber Tycoon 2, then hopefully you are having fun. So how is everyone doing? I'm doing great. It's pretty hot. The summer just suddenly came out of nowhere. Like, we had a long period of rain and storm, and now it's suddenly 30 degrees, sunny and very stuffy air, but otherwise I would say I'm doing good. Had another job interview yesterday, so hopefully that will also work out fine. Because the banks of Luxembourg, they're actually sending me letters and telling me, it's been a while since you've gone from university. Do you have a salary or something? You should get taxed. But I don't have a salary because I don't have a job. So luckily you can push that back into the future for a couple of months, but it's getting very annoying. But I will not let myself, get too much of a down because of that. You just have to stay resilient emotionally, I would say. And I got the immense luck of having very supportive parents and parents-in-laws as well. They are also there for us, and my sister and all that. So I got my family. Can't forget about my brother, of course. And I'm well cared for, I would say. Italy won at the last minute. That's why I guess it was crazy. That day I was at my parents' actually, and I heard him, like, I slept in my childhood bedroom, and I had to go to bed early to get an appointment the day afterwards, like very early in the morning, and I just heard him go, "What?" And I didn't know was it because they lost or won, but my assumption is that it was that crazy last minute goal. And I'm glad to see you're doing well as well, Amit. Oh, hey there, Kaiser comes in. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? I have a really dry mouth today. I mean, I've I've had a lot of water, a lot of fluids today, and yet still not enough. Chopping wood in game and eating chips. What kind of chips? There were. I'm usually not that much of a chip person, but and it also depends on who you ask. You know, if the Fiery Chameleon, one of my patrons, were here, he's from Australia, or James is from UK. They would maybe misunderstand you and think chip is something else, like fries. It's very confusing, but anyway, not a chip person, but there were some chips that were so freaking good. They were Korean, and they were honey apple flavored, and it was just so amazing, but fortunately can't find them anymore. Back when I was studying in Germany, in Rhineland-Palatinate, there was a Asian shop where you could basically... Still no shiny, jeez. Where you could basically buy anything from, just in general, foods or groceries from Asia. And they always used to have them. Oh, they were so good. But I do try to not eat too much of that, because that's not good for you. I know it's unfair in life. Mostly the very tasty things are very unhealthy. I know, the universe is a cruel place, but what you put into your body is what you get. That's definitely true. Oh, and also shout out to one of my patrons, Kaiser Karmazin. Hopefully you are very happy with all the shinies that I gave you. Oh, you bought a Fallout Oh, really? Like a cookbook from Fallout? As in... the Fallout universe. That's really cool. I'm pretty sure my husband would love that, since he's a big Fallout fan. Still no shiny. What is it with that shroomish? I think it's the blue-haired NPC that's going around in Petalburg Woods. But I've I positioned myself pretty far away from him, so hopefully that will work. But then again, never give up. That's not what this channel is about. Oh, the regular lace. We have those here as well. Oh, and like onion rings. Those are really good. These onion ring... but I like onions anyway, so that's already a win pretty much. And I like the shape of these onion rings, because I'm one of the people who says the shape actually determines if a food is better or worse. And I can't even say how many times people have said, "What are you talking about?" But to me, shape is important. The shape of the food that you eat. I swear that spaghetti tastes better with red sauce than fusilli. I can't explain why, but it just... But then again, fusilli is much better than spaghetti when you add pesto instead of the red Italian bolognese sauce. But I can't explain why. It just feels less wrong, I guess, or better. It fits more. One of my viewers is also streaming. I just saw. Did I just read that comment correctly? Just accidentally got my friend's truck in the back of my truck. I had to do a double take when I saw that. And it's the rarest truck. Do you have... Is it like shiny rare, or is it even rarer than that? Because shiny Pokemon aren't the rarest thing in the Pokemon games. The odds are 1 in 8,192, okay. But there's things in games. I forgot the exact number, but if I remember correctly, there's a in Minecraft there's a mob that's basically a skeleton on a specific mount where the spawn rate, and also wearing certain armor, the spawn rate is just so astronomical that it's probably never gonna legitimately spawn. But I forgot the exact mob. But that was very interesting. A very large number, definitely. And then some beef about some YouTuber called Dream, I think, who faked the whole thing. And then people mathematically deducing that it was fake because the odds are actually astronomical. Like, I think something 1 to 10 to the power 50, something insane. You need even billions of years of trying on so many computers on the planet that wouldn't work, you know. We're talking about that rare. That is, I think, one of the rarest, if not the rarest thing in any game ever, but I could be wrong. And I could be misremembering things. Come on, brain. Or rather not brain, it's the mouth. Oh, you made Nuka Cola. So you already made a regular cola and then now Nuka Cola. Don't put the plutonium in though, it's not such a great idea. It's a pink truck. That's exactly up my valley. And Eontimer kind of... Huh? Okay. Still no shiny. Still I'm gonna try. I really want that Shroomish. One in 500? Well, that's actually pretty okay, but then again, I don't know how long does it take to get or acquire a truck? Because if you get one truck per hour, then you need to, mathematically speaking, try for at least 500 hours to get a remote chance of getting it, or at least a very high chance. And that, I mean, 500 hours is a long time. It's worth $50,000? What? For real? I mean, not the first time that I've seen virtual stuff, virtual objects be priced at that insane price. But then I assume getting or acquiring such a thing is hard. But then again, if you have one like that, I think I would sell it. I mean, $50,000. That's a lot of money. 10 minutes? Oh, I mean... Oh, I bet there's then people who just farm to sell. And then you could maybe make a living out of farming virtual trucks. What a weird world we live in. But that's just a reality today. Imagine explaining that to your great-great-grandmother. What is your favorite weapon of all time? My favorite is the scythe. I had one when I was a kid. I loved it so much I even named it Cole. Oh, I actually have never thought about a favorite weapon. I'm usually not a weapons fan, but one that I really find cool in concept is I think they're called chakram. Like torus-shaped blades. Circular blade weapon. Accidental shiny Wurmple. We meet again. We meet again. I knew this was gonna happen. I mean, a shiny is better than no shiny, of course. But, yeah, here we go. Oh, in-game dollars, alright, because if you had something like that, I mean, come on, just sell it. Alright, I got a Wurmple. I assume I fit this frame. Wasn't too far off there either. Alright, oh, what Pokemon do I use? I already used so many of them. I don't know, let's try with a timer ball. Gonna collect wood with me pink truck. Nice shiny Omni. Yeah, it is, and now we got it. How you type Omni, as in with the silent K. And of course we save. And we take a look at the shiny, because why not? It's nice. And then we calibrate. Let's go. I did a very evil thing 2 days ago. Oh boy. Wish God have mercy on me. He was in deep sleep and had to wake him up, or he will... His appointment, he couldn't wake up even if I scream at him. So what did I do? Guess. Did you pour water on that poor soul? I mean, that is kind of evil. Oh, evil. Nah, actually, it's... I mean, it's not nice, but there's worse things to do. So I guess just pouring water over the poor fella. That works with waking people up. You just have to be very careful to not... Oh jeez, that was a very big car just drifting somewhere. Not sure if you hear that, but with the water thing you need to be very careful so as that it doesn't go into the... Oh, there we go, finally! There it is! That took me quite a couple of streams, actually. Why? Oh well, doesn't matter. It's here now. And it's a sassy one. So a star shiny. All the following that I'm gonna hunt are all star shiny. I usually do separate streams for the square shinies, if I can get them. Which, with this save file, yes. Alright, now use False Swipe. Shroomish. It's a nice one, yeah. Alright, just gonna try a normal Pokeball. It does fit. And the shiny balloon that I have is already in a repeat ball, so... Ah, there we go. Excellent, excellent. Finally. Alright, fantastic. So that's done. Wonderful. What could be next? I would like to get a... let's see. I have a list here. A Duskull. I mean, at least it is in the thumbnail. So let's go there. That should be right here. No, record myself as I... Really? You did that? Oh my god, I can't believe you did that. To be fair, it's not the worst, but yeah. That woke him up. I'm not gonna read that out loud. You know, no chill, you just go full on out, don't you? Alright, let's put you here. And where's the other one? You should be here, alright. Took me long enough. And let's go for the Duskull. Now you have 0 in-game dollars. What did you did you just spend it all on something? I hate the Mach bike. But that, like, everyone who... Not hate, no, that's too much. But it's really freaking hard to control. Even after playing these games for over... Yeah, I think over 20 years. Damn, time flies. Jeez. And the hot cocoa is still too... too warm to drink, and my voice is giving up now. Not good. Maybe I shouldn't do vocal training much on the days that I stream. Maybe not the best idea. No. Alright, so the... Well, I'm already went here, but I still need to put that on Pokéfinder. So that's Mount Pyre. Mount Pyre, exactly. But which one? Okay, alright, the first floor only has Shuppet, which I already have enough of. But the fourth floor has Duskull. Yeah, but that's way too... Okay, so let's go to the exterior and check. Alright, I need to go to the exterior summit. Ah, there we go, there's one. So let's head there. My friend spent it trying to get his truck in the back of one of my other trucks. Oh. Oh, come on, you don't leave me. Come on. Thank you. Oh wait, no. It's up here. And then you go here. And the summit starts once that fog starts, but what I think it should be here, because I don't believe everything you read on the internet. But it should start where the fog starts, although I always make extra sure and come here. So this is the patch of grass that I usually go to. Why not save twice? It doesn't hurt. Okay, Kameko is not gonna appear, but how many accidental shiny Shuppets will I get? That's the question. There we go. Didn't do it for no reason. That was... He got jump scaring me 6 years ago, plus I did him a favor waking him up. I mean, yeah, there's definitely worse, but it's pretty bold, I have to say. If you were a Pokemon Ahmed, you would definitely be either bold or adamant. One of those, I would say. Your friend's cat said hi. I say hi back to your friend's cat, and please tell the cat she's... or he is very good. Every cat is very good. I'm a cat connoisseur, I know that. There we go, let's see. No, that's a Shuppet. Shuppet, no idea. Oh, always these pronunciations. My friend's cat just said hello, I heard it. Sometimes cats kind of speak, yeah, I've definitely heard it from cats before. Cats going no, or hello, or wow, or anything of that sort. Stupid mosquito season is also on, which is not really that nice, but can't really change that fact. And I mean, it is very hot, so sleeping with the windows closed, I don't know. By the way, remember that character test you gave me? I got a character from a show I never watched. Hernando Fuentes. Oh, who's that again? And he was like 90% or more. from Sense 8. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's been such a long... Like, I've almost forgot everything. Has it been like 14... I don't know, 14 years since I've last seen that? At least if I'm not mistaking it for something else. Sense 8? Is that not that, Oh, never mind. I have not seen that. I mix it up with Super 8, which is something else. 70%. Oh. But yeah, it's a very cool website. Very fun as well. Alright, let's see. I love the animation for Surf in Generation 3. In general, the attack animations are well done. The sprite work is really nice. I also got Dumbledore and Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi and Sensei Wu and Gandalf. Oh, that's quite a character selection. But yeah, it's very fun, right? Then there's another test that aligns you on the Dungeons and Dragons alignment chart. I think I mentioned that one before. It's also very fun to do. Just need to answer a heck ton of morality and ethics questions, and then it places you accordingly. So either you're lawful good, lawful neutral, lawful neutral. Yeah, there's lawful axis, lawful neutral, and chaotic, and then there's the good, bad, or good, evil, and neutral axis. Of course, if you are both neutral in lawfulness and goodness, I guess, then you are just called neutral, which is very redundant. But it's also sometimes called true neutral. I guess you could just say neutral to the with an exponent of 2, I guess, to the power of 2. But that's not a official way of writing that. It's just a stupid nerdy joke. Oh jeez, I really need to get the fan out. You're chaotic good? Just like my sister, these people never get boring. Sometimes the results are rather funny. There's a crow outside. Oh wow, you are big. Oh wait, is that a crow? Oh no, hang on, I think that might be an owl. It's a huge bird. Look, just looking over the city and the river. Kind of ominous, but it is very fascinating. The problem is I'm very unsure of those characters, since I'm sometimes a really troll hard like that. Something about me, but I can confirm that I can act like a wise person sometimes. Yeah, I mean, Dumbledore, it kind of fits because he is known to kind of, well, go over some boundaries or break the rules in a way. But if he does, it's usually benevolent. Also, your personality can change. Since you are under 26, it might change again. Yeah, I don't think that's a crow. That's a pretty big head for a crow. Unfortunately, I don't have binoculars, so I can't really make out what it is. Just laughed at full volume to my friend flipping my trailer. Yeah, well, that is definitely something that is already funny when you think about it. Oh geez, really warm. That felt like it were two good ones. So let's see. Nah, I was wrong. Can't be too disappointed. Already have 2 shinies and it's not even been an hour, which sometimes I get only 1 shiny. But this time it's already starting out to be very nice, I have to say. Do really wonder what that bird is outside though. I do know that we have rats here. At least not, luckily not in my apartment, but there are rats on and about outside. And maybe it's an owl looking out for rats because it's still a bit too dark for the crows. They usually, when it starts getting dark and the sun sets, they go back to their nests to roost. At least that's from my experience. That's a Duskull. The curious thing about me is I'm not sure how I look at the world. Sometimes I love helping and seeing the good in people, and sometimes I hate and wish people to suffer in endless darkness. Well, I don't think anyone deserves an endless darkness, at least that's me. But yeah, it is somewhat normal, especially at your age, to feel a enormous depth in your emotions. But I also have to say sometimes there are just people where there is no good. It's very hard to it's a hard and tough pill to swallow. But yeah, just try maybe to find a good balance, you know. Not get at least I don't think you're gonna get tricked by anyone. But also don't be too distrustful. There's definitely people out there that are very good. I'm trying to get a picture of that bird. It's really, I think it is an owl. Oh, that's so interesting. They're very rare. At least I haven't seen a wild one since a couple of years, I think. It's cool to see one. Is your friend stuck in your truck? What a sentence. It's better it happens in the game than in real life, trust me. If you have a vehicle and you get into an accident and you need to... Well, the good thing is if nothing happens to you, because car parts are replaceable. Arms and blood, not so much, at least to a certain degree. But yeah, you're gonna quickly come with, they quickly come with costs of a couple of thousands of bucks. And you're still stuck in your truck? Even rhymes. But how does that happen? I mean, I think you need to maybe do some screenshots, because I'm figuring out picturing that in my head, how that would work or look like. He's rotating my wheel? Okay, I really need to know how. But you heard like this. This is my fan. I don't know where I put my electric fan, like the... No idea where I put it, but for now a hand fan, like in the classical age, that will do fine. They're chasing some guy for letting us park. Problem is, I try to do goofy things and dumb things to take away my mind from deep life chats with myself. Well, that is a better coping mechanism than so many others I've seen, so I wouldn't say, or at least I would say, don't be too hard on yourself for that. Goofy and funny things, that's... You're making other people laugh with that. And that's actually more noble than you might think it is. At least that's my take. But you don't come across as someone who runs away from himself. Maybe you've done so in the past, but I mean, you're very openly talking about it here. Maybe you're slowly coming to terms with it, and then you just need to be fair to yourself and give yourself some time. I mean, you're still in development, right? Give yourself the chance. I know I didn't give it to myself when I was a teenager, and that was very wrong of me. And there's an ambulance going. I don't really like hearing them. Always when I hear them, my mind just has that automatic reaction of looking around, because if you are in a car and you hear the ambulance approaching, I always try to see where does it come from, because you need to make some space for them to pass. Oh, it's not just an ambulance, also seems to be police and... Oh jeez. You just want to punish that guy for not letting you park? Try to make other people happy. Those I respect, my family, my cousins, since I told myself I can't fix myself, then I want to fix as much as people who suffer like me. That's already much, much better than a lot of people who have to cope with certain emotions, so good job, Amit. But then again, don't forget about yourself, and also don't do the same mistake I did as a teenager, where I tried to change myself so much that just for people to like me, and the mistake to try to change people for the better, because that is ridiculously hard. There's just some people you cannot change. Even if you do everything correctly, you're still gonna get problems, or maybe achieve the opposite. I know it's unfair, I know it's stupid, and it doesn't really make any sense, but yeah, don't waste too much time on changing people. But do continue with just being a good person, making people laugh, being dependable, being helpful, and you're gonna get that back, definitely. And then you have already changed into a better person. And if you're really good at it, some people might go and see, oh, look at him, he's very happy, and that's good, I want to be like him, and that's how you get them to change. But again, it's very hard, and you need to be consistent. But it's already wonderful to see that you don't, you know, a lot of guys your age might put their emotional dysregulation and anger, which is totally understandable. They put that towards something very unhealthy or toxic self-hate or violence. No, there's so many things that you could, or just eating way too much. You know, there's a lot of overweight people. You could not cure them, but definitely help them if you go about fixing the root of the problem, which usually is psychological. And I mean, you have the drive, the will to change. There's some very arrogant people out there, like narcissists usually, who are unable to do that. So if you already can do that at 15, which is something some adults never learn, you're gonna have a massive advantage. And definitely take that for yourself. Oh, wait. Do that again. That was really wrong. There we go. Much better. Ah, hey, Jungmanni Racing, wie geht's? Schon eine Weile nicht gesehen, ne? Ist es bei dir auch so warm? Also, ich weiß echt nicht, wo ich meinen Ventilator hin platziert habe. Ich habe den überall gesucht. Ich finde den einfach nicht. Aber jetzt nehme ich so einen alten japanischen Handfan. Das geht bis jetzt. He's cutting wood and we did a tiny bit of trolling. Yeah, I mean, that is fun. Not dumping hundreds of gallons of wood on him. That definitely sounds like fun. Right, let's see. What do I get now? Duskull, yes. Shiny, no. Tatsächlich ist bei uns abwechselnd Sonne und starker Regen. Ja, auch wie in Luxemburg. Wir hatten jetzt eine Woche sehr starken Regen, sogar mit Sturm. Sehr viel Donnerblitze. Starker Wind und dann plötzlich Sonne. Und sehr warm. So war es jetzt. Also eine Woche richtig schlecht, ziemlich schlechtes Wetter und dann plötzlich 30 Grad Sonne. Und jetzt anscheinend wird es morgen wieder so ein Donnergewitter wieder geben. Und dann wird es wieder warm. Na gut. Ja, ich hab mitbekommen, dass in Deutschland war in letzter Zeit Hochwasser. Besonders in Süddeutschland, ne? Also ich kenne Leute, die eine Wohnung in Bayern haben. Und der Keller komplett voller Wasser. Da sind echt viele Elektrogeräte kaputt gegangen. Schon ziemlich krass. Alright, the bird has returned, but unfortunately I couldn't see how it opened its wings. Because how a crow flies is just different from how a owl flies. But there are owls in Luxembourg, so it's just I only see the shadow. It's kind of hard to discern, but my guess would definitely be a owl, because I don't think crows get that large. It's a pretty large bird. Let's see. A red Duskull, please. Oh, come on. Ich habe auch schon 2 Shinies bekommen. Info am Rande. If the French viewer comes in, then I get to speak in 3 languages. That would be cool. Let's see what happens in the future. I mean, I'm still starting out pretty small. Usually have under 10 viewers per stream. As in concurrent viewers. The total amount of views usually go to 50. But hopefully if the fan base grows, then I'll have the opportunity to speak more languages. Just think that would be very interesting. Oh, okay. Oh, hang on. There we go. Oh, come on, that was a fail. I had some bread crumble in there, and that prevented me from pressing A. I just took that out. One practical thing if you have very long, thin nails. Just sometimes you can use them as a tool. Ich habe immer noch keinen Shiny Glumanda nach 4.500 Resets. Sehr demotivierend. Uff, ja. Das sind sehr viele Resets, aber du musst ja auch bedenken, du machst das ja auf Leaf Green, also Blattgrün oder Feuerrot. Einer von den beiden, ne? Und da ist die Wahrscheinlichkeit, ein schillerndes Pokémon zu bekommen. 1 in 8192, also ja, da muss man mathematisch gesehen, müsstest du um die 8000 also Resets hinter dir haben. Und bis jetzt an sich ein bisschen über die Hälfte. Das heißt, jetzt müsste es statistisch gesehen sehr bald kommen, aber ist ja eben Zufall, ne? Aber ich muss auch sagen, meine Stimme, jeez. Ah, so, besser. So, wo war ich? Aber ja, da muss man eben es viel länger machen, ne? Ist leider so. Das werde ich aber auch ich habe ein italienisches Blattgrün-Spiel, da werde ich auch RNG Manipulation betreiben. Ich krieg Krisen wegen diesem Glumanda, ja, das glaube ich dir. Aber gut, mit so Soft Resets, das meiste, was ich machen musste, waren so 740. Da hatte ich immer sehr viel Glück gehabt. Nur ich habe es nicht viel gemacht. Weil... ich weiß nicht. Mich reizt eher, es so zu machen wie jetzt. And also sorry for the joint does clicking noise sound. I know there's some people who really hate hearing that. So excuse me for that. Am Ende ist es aber definitiv wert. I mean, Glumanda ist einfach nur... Wenn es ein Glurak wird, Shiny Glurak. Einfach nur eins der besten. Ich werde Glumanda auch RNG manipulieren, aber auf meiner Smaragd. Ich werde es probieren mit der Eier-RNG-Manipulation. Mal gucken, wie das geht, weil dann hätte ich auch die Möglichkeit, ein Shiny oder schillerndes Glurak zu bekommen, mit Ei-Attacken. Ich habe eine Feuerrot-Kopie und da ist anscheinend sowieso sehr schwer mit der RNG Manip. Ja, die ist definitiv ein Ticken komplizierter. Weil du musst, also normalerweise wie man es jetzt macht, ich nehme Pokéfinder, das Programm, ich nehme Eontimer, kannst auch Flow-Timer nehmen. Und das reicht. Aber für die RNG Manipulation, wie auch immer, da in Feuerroten Blattgrün, da muss man noch ein Programm nehmen. Und ja, so Seed-Spreads durchschauen und immer diesen Stern, der mit dem Game Freak-Logo kommt am Anfang des Spiels, musst du immer checken, wo fängt der an? Ist der hoch? Ist der niedrig oder so? Und ja, das ist schon ein bisschen anstrengender und nerviger, aber ich werde es trotzdem mal probieren. Da gibt es einige Shinies, die mich interessieren. Ein legitimes Shiny Mewtwo. Mit einem Shiny Mew, das ich ja auch RNG manipuliert habe. Geht sehr schön zusammen. Und ja, allgemein einfach Kanto-Pokémon als schillernd. Auch die legendären Vögel als schillerndes, auch sehr nice. Besonders aber, ich glaube, was der positive Punkt ist bei Feuerrot, Blattgrün, RNG-Manipulation ist, dass man da durchaus bessere IV-Werte erreichen kann mit dieser TG-TV-Methode. Und die ist anscheinend relativ einfach. Wie gesagt, ich weiß nur die Theorie, wie es funktioniert. Ich habe aber das mit dem Feuerrot, Blattgrün noch nicht selbst gemacht. Ich habe es gesehen, wie man es macht. Ich habe es aber selbst noch nicht gemacht. Trying to start a garden for fruit, since nature is very nice to me. Oh, so you have a green thumb. That's very nice. I had to give my mom some flowers that I had because they grew way too large for the pot they were in. And I mean, I don't have a garden for me. So I gave them to my mom. She has a garden. My parents have a garden. Kennst du Lazy Hunter? Der hat seinen eigenen Timer, wo die Seeds integriert sind. Ja, ich kenne Lazy Hunter. Bin nicht abonniert, aber ich kenne ihn. Hey there, the masked ANG 2.0. Welcome to the stream and you have earned a sub. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you, just coming into the stream and subscribing. Thank you so much. It's a pretty good day today, I have to say. Ich muss sagen, zu dem Lazy Hunter Ding, ich muss noch ein bisschen mehr Videos von ihm schauen. Ich habe ihn nicht abonniert, ich weiß, dass er einiges getan hat. Aber ja, da muss ich mir auch noch mehr angucken. Ist ja auch eh ein guter YouTuber, scheint so zu sein. Still no shiny Dusclops. Well, at least I've gotten this Shroomish that took me so long, way too long. But the Shroomish has been caught. And of course a additional accidental shiny Wurmple. I'm gonna hunt for Duskull for a while now. And after that I'm gonna... What else? I could go for a Jigglypuff. A Gulpin. I don't think I have a Star Shiny Gulpin. Muss sagen, er hat das sehr gut und ausführlich erklärt. Ja, dann ich ziehe mir die Erklärung dann rein. Also alles, was ich von Theorie weiß für Feuerrot und Blattgrün, das weiß ich von I'm a Blissey. Und was auf Smogon steht, dieser Webseite. Aber wenn er es nochmal gut gemacht hat, dann muss ich mir das definitiv reinziehen. Freigeredet und Bilder benutzt. Ja, also ich habe ja auch einen Stream mal gemacht hier auf dem Kanal, wo ich einfach nur live gezeigt habe, so macht man das mit Trainer-ID, Secret-ID-Generation, dass man eine Combo kriegt, die einen Shinies gibt. Da muss man ja, also muss man nicht, man kann es auch mit Pokéfinder machen, aber ich habe das mit RNG Reporter gemacht, das ist auch so ein gratis Programm. Und mit Pandora's Box, dieser Option, da habe ich ein bisschen erklärt, will man frühe Shinies haben, will man Square Shinies haben, also quadratschillernde. Oder ja, die normalerweise ist ja Stern, aber also wenn die P-ID weniger ist als 8, dann ist es ein schillerndes Pokémon. Und wenn es genau 1 ist, dann ist es ein Square Shiny. Und das kann man alles bei Pandora's Box, bei dem Programm eingeben. Oder man will vielleicht eher ein ganz spezifisches Wesen. Oder man will eine sehr einen spezifischen Typ bei Kraftreserve. Das habe ich bei meiner Sapphire gemacht. Ja, die ich jetzt benutze. Ich wollte unbedingt Wesen mäßig mit versteckter Fähigkeit, mit Kraftreserven-Typ Feuer. Das habe ich so gemacht. Und das geht. Oder wenn man es sehr früh will, da kann man auch sehr gut irgendwas finden. Alright, 5 seconds remaining. Let's see. Oh, please, Duskull. Alright, what is it? Has it been 1 hour? Is there no game going on? I thought there was a football game going on. Because I don't hear any neighbors watching TV, which is highly unusual. Usually, I mean, in Europe, if that's going on, you're gonna hear it. Also just honking. Let me see. Alright. We are the 26th. Oh, there are 2 games going on, actually. Czechoslovakia against Turkey and Georgia against Portugal. Oh geez, one of them is playing at a city where a friend of mine is now. Was ist eigentlich dein Lieblingsbösewicht-Team in ganz Pokémon? Gute Frage. Ja, das ist eine sehr gute Frage. Da muss ich ein bisschen überlegen. Also Team Rocket ist es nicht, auch nicht Team... Team Flare ist witzig, aber Lieblings... was noch? Ja, wie heißen die nochmal in Team Plasma? Die mag ich überhaupt nicht. Also nicht, dass die schlecht geschrieben sind, überhaupt nicht, aber finde einfach, das sind, ja, kann mich nicht mit identifizieren. Nicht identifizieren. Ich würde sagen, Magma und Aqua sind schon ziemlich dumm, aber ihnen wird es dann wirklich im Kopf, dann checken sie schon, was sie für einen Schaden angerichtet haben. Aber ich würde sagen, Team Aqua mag ich eher als Team Magma. Türken machen das Unmögliche möglich. Weiß nicht, was ist hier jetzt der Stand? Oh, it's 1-1 Turkey. Or is it 2-0? Okay, so tomorrow and the day after that, so the rarely English term overmorrow, rarely used English term. Apparently it's not gonna be any games on these days. Oh, and I might also say that I actually can stream this Friday, so that's actually good. Because in the beginning I thought that's not gonna work. But no, things have changed. And I can stream this Friday. Finally made it. What have I missed? Hey there, James. Welcome back to the stream. I'm very glad to see you. I've gotten 2 shinies, 1 accidental Wurmple. So a caterpillar Pokemon that usually is pink, but the shiny is purple. And I've finally gotten a shiny Shroomish. That's like a small plant-like Pokemon, kind of looking like the Goombas from the Pokemon series. Normally the Pokemon is green, but the shiny is red, and I've gotten that one. But yeah, you are in Hamburg now. Isn't it chock full? Because there's a game going on in Hamburg right now. Oh, and I have a German guy in the chat right now. I don't know if you can understand what he's writing in the chat, but since you did, at least we heard some German. Maybe you do. So if you hear me talk German, that's why. Oh, and I also assume it's super warm in Hamburg as well. Seems to be like that everywhere in West Europe, at least. And my voice is kind of hoarse today. No idea why. Or at least I think I do. In days like these, you just have to drink so much water. It's... Phew. And I'm not a big sweater, as in... Of course not the clothing item. As in, I don't usually sweat that much, but it is pretty... I mean, living in a town next to a river, or where the river is very close to you, usually it's really humid. Hamburg was 32 degrees, yeah, that is... I mean, wonderful day for the beach, though. Trying to decide what to do tomorrow. Oh yeah, since you're not going to Bremen, right? And you're not going to Berlin either. It's probably gonna get warm tomorrow as well. Or maybe Hamburg will also have the thunderstorm. I mean, Luxembourg will have one tomorrow, starting. They even gave out a mild warning. So we have a warning system that is like a, you know, like the red lights at a crossing or on the street. Red means it's very dangerous, stay inside, and that also means that schools and anything that is not absolutely necessary will be closed. And you need to stay inside. Yellow means everything is open, but pay attention. And green, well, that, I mean, you can guess, that means it's safe. Still considering Bremen. Hopefully, so you'll get to see something else. Is the train ticket that you mentioned to Bremen, which costs 100 euros or something, is that back, and is that a two-way ticket, or is it a... Sorry, just got someone texted me. I had to read that text 3 times because it was written in such a weird way. But yeah, is that a 2-way ticket or a 1-way ticket? Because if it's a 1-way ticket, that would be way too expensive. Then that means you would have to pay like 200 euros. Oh, hey there. Welcome back, Kaiser. No problem. I mean, it's not an airport. You don't need to tell me if you're there or not. I do understand sometimes you just let a stream play in the background or you have something else to do. Bremen is 45. Oh, that's really good. Both ways. Berlin is 105 both ways. I would go to Bremen though. I mean, 45 euros back and forth, that's very good. A bat just hit my window. Oh no, poor thing. Is it alright? Like, did it get back up again and flew? Or is it... Because I hope it doesn't have a concussion. I always feel so bad for these poor things. Got distracted helping a friend with something. I know how that feels, but helping friends is always a very good thing to do. I had a bird outside my window and I couldn't really see if that was an owl or a very big crow, but I think it was an owl. It's getting too dark for crows now. Come on, Duskull. Shouldn't take that long. Especially if the resets only consist of 52 seconds. Not even a minute. I've been cooking though. Ah, okay. My husband also listens to streams sometimes. Either live or... You know, sometimes when you have American streamers, they're usually, as a European, they're usually online or live when you are in bed sleeping. So that's where I usually watch the video on demand that comes out later. But he also does that while he cooks. Went back to an old story of mine and wrote several new pages of the story to recontextualize what I had, and it's made the story so much better. Oh, that's wonderful. That sounds very good. That's as a writer I can definitely attest. That's such a great moment if you have that. You write something and then you have a good idea, you recontextualize something, maybe you connect some other dots that you couldn't connect before. I had a moment like that this week. I wasn't sure, should I do a certain plot line, and I went like, nah, I'm gonna do it, and it ended up fitting very nicely. I could weave the storyline or the plot line into the big universe. It definitely fit. Once when I was a child, a bird flew straight into my window. Oh, died on impact. Oh, poor thing. Oh, your old cat who died in 2015 ate the body. Well, at least the cat had something, got something out of that. Cooking is a way to say I've really been doing good recently on something. When I'm at my most functional, I cook more often, definitely. I'll share it later though. The bat is okay. There's a hole outside next to my room. No, room window. So some I go outside and pet them. They're very cute. You can pet them. Well, hopefully they don't have any viruses, you know. Quite a drab and depressing story, but it's interesting. I mean, we've had very depressing or rage-inducing or morbid things here in the chat already. I keep wondering how it comes to that, but it's just a law at this point. Ah, okay, so they have holes where the bats live. That's nice. You told me there's a lot of bats where you live. Where I live, there's also bats in caves. But you usually never see them, or very rarely. Was meant to accompany a whole book as the prologue, but I'm not sure where to go with the main story. I stopped writing after 4 chapters. Sometimes you just need to not get scared by writer's blocks. You just need to ruminate, you know, sleep over your story. Let it turn around in your mind. Just let it not fester, but yeah, just let your brain do its thing. Sometimes you just get a very good idea in, like, while you're in the shower, or while you are brushing your teeth, or while, I don't know, doing something very mundane. Yeah, I was about to say that, because you need to be careful with the bats. They can have some nasty illnesses. I don't know if you are vaccinated against the rabies, but I am very happy that my mom decided back then that her children should get the rabies vaccine. Because we have a lot of foxes running around in Luxembourg, and some of them have been shown to have rabies. And also we have had cases of bats being found with the rabies virus, but luckily there was no transmission in these cases. But there have been cases of foxes with it, but to my knowledge, no transmission in Luxembourg yet. But you never know, right? And don't Google rabies if you're very easily scared, because that's such a scary disease. You become very hydrophobic, meaning you can't drink anything. If you look at patients, which I don't recommend, it's pretty morbid, and I mean, these pictures are gonna stay in your head. But you just see them, patients with rabies, just being unable to drink something, and the more the sickness progresses, the more you kind of become a zombie. It's really scary. Something like that is probably one of the closest things to a zombie virus that we currently have. I sometimes get good ideas just as I'm drifting off to sleep. Same. That's why I have a notebook very close to, like, on my night desk to write things down. Or I quickly grab my phone and write it down before I forget it. And yeah, sometimes these ideas have been one of the best. Then as soon as I go to write it down, I forget what it was. Ah, that's very unfortunate. Short story follows an arbiter, Ajax, as he makes illegal dealings and then is punished for his crimes by a mysterious assailant. Ah, interesting. Oh yeah, you are the vampire there, Ahmed. But still, if they scratch you, they could still... No, what did I do? Stupid. Wrong. Very bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Yeah, rabies has a 99.99% mortality rate, definitely. Once it progresses too much, it's basically too late. Your brain is fried. It's very scary. It's the stuff of nightmares, really. I can tell you with certainty, if I ever have children, they're gonna get the rabies vaccine, because... Oh, God, it's so scary. One of the very few things that I'm really afraid of, I have to say. Please, if you do get scratched a bit, get the shot, even if the bite scratchings seem to go through the skin. Yeah, just do it. Just be safe. Damn, Ahmed going all in. Yeah, that's just him. But yeah, he's more of a bloodsucker than the bats are, pretty funnily enough. Don't bite him, though. Even if you have been vaccinated in the past, always get another shot. Yeah, that's a standard procedure in Luxembourg. I don't know how it is in Iraq or in the US. I think every country handles it a bit differently, even in the EU. It will quite literally turn your brain to mush. Yeah. It's like the prion diseases. It just messes with your brain structure in such a way that it's irreversibly mush, basically. A true horror, in my opinion. I mean, that might be one way where how humanity will die, or go extinct. In the future, if we can actually make 3D print viruses and design them, imagine doing something that's as deadly as rabies and as contagious as, I don't know, a rhinovirus, and it stays hidden in your body like a herpes virus or HIV virus. That would be the stuff of nightmares. You just wipe up everyone. Oh, that didn't connect. You just wipe out everything or everyone. Scary things. Going in all good way or bad way. A good way, of course, going all in is a strength. Yeah, definitely. Did you say you've been to Bremen too? I don't remember. I think so, but I might have been a kid. But I asked my parents. Apparently, I didn't go to Hamburg. That wasn't Hamburg. That was somewhere else. So, yeah, I definitely have to go to Hamburg once. I have friends there as well, as in guys I knew from university. But Hamburg is pretty far away. I mean, 6 hours driving. That's... Yeah, I would need a hotel. Definitely. Rabies is able to pass through the blood-brain barrier, yeah. Which means it can infect the brain cells, so it kills them all off. Yeah, that's what the scary thing is, the scary part. Not every virus can do that. And that is exactly one of the many things that makes rabies scary. And I really mean it. I mean, we're talking about it for so long, but we definitely mean it. It's... If you want to get true horror, just look them up. Rabies patients, you're gonna get your scaries for today. Where'd you go if it wasn't Hamburg? She couldn't remember and I can't remember, so I don't know. Yeah, I know, but it was apparently somewhere else. That is very similar to Hamburg. Because to be fair, some parts of Germany are really very similar to each other. So we kind of sometimes mix them up. Almost nothing can naturally pass the blood-brain barrier, so it's horrifying that rabies can. Yeah, doesn't it do it because one of the reasons is that it is a unusually small virus? No, you don't have to change the subject, at least. I don't, not for me. It's just, yeah, it is indeed very scary. I've definitely had, not sleepless nights, but, you know, sometimes you just want to go to bed and it's very quiet, it's very late, and then you suddenly think of existentially terrifying things. And that's not nice. Really not nice. And rabies is definitely one of these. I just thought to myself, oh, I'm so glad I don't have that. I'm only afraid of 3 diseases: rabies, Alzheimer's, and ALS. What about some prion diseases? To be fair, getting them is very, like, the odds are very, very low. It's just that if you have them, then Changing the medical field for myself. Yeah, I mean, I definitely... Yeah, I think it was Hanover, actually. Might have been. Because it's also another town, German town with boats. I definitely went to Berlin though. I didn't like it the first time, but I think I have to... I mean, I think the reason is because I went with a class, like for school, and that class had a lot of bullies. So, of course, the experience really wasn't that nice, but I'd like to experience Berlin again as an adult, who can now say, no, I'm gonna drive to that hotel and stay there, and not in some kind of, you know, is that called a sorority house, or just a place where a lot of teens can sleep? And it was really disgusting. I didn't shower. And then people said I was disgusting, but I mean, someone was pooping in the showers. I'm not going there. That is... I'd rather... I mean, we had girls understandably washing themselves using the sink of in the sleeping rooms, in the dormitories. Because someone was just doing that in the showers. Like, what the hell? That's not funny. Prion diseases are so rare, it's not as horrifying. Yeah, that's true. Although, if you get them... Don't like thinking about prions. Just that ALS and Alzheimer's are oddly common and absolutely horrifying. Yes, I actually have a cousin who has a PhD in biology, or cellular biology, but still a PhD, as you would say, NAT, so a natural science PhD. And he's working on such like cell therapy for these diseases, Alzheimer's, dementia. And he keeps telling me that one of the most like lifestyle choices are also a big risk factor for developing Alzheimer's later on, and that these things are commonly ignored in his opinion. And I do see what he means. He tells me a lot of people who smoked too many cigarettes, or had a lifestyle that was too sedentary, or they just didn't had a good life in general. So I'm trying to do what I can to avoid that, and luckily enough in my family no one developed Alzheimer's, so the genetic component that can be there, at least in my family, doesn't seem to be present. And I hope it stays that way. I've seen people with Alzheimer's, I've seen people with dementia, and it's really scary. Imagine forgetting that you have children and not being able to recognize their faces after having raised them and seen them for, 40 years, maybe longer. It's a very heartbreaking thought. Hope they can cure ALS someday, and Alzheimer's, I hope so as well. I really do. ALS, that is the one that, Stephen Hawking had, right? Where you basically get stuck in your body that isn't able to move. And he was a exception, because usually people with ALS don't live as long as he did. Oh yeah, I already read that. My bad. Now that I did the bus tour today, I feel I saw all of Hamburg already. Unlikely, since Hamburg is pretty tall, or not tall, sorry, very big. But maybe it feels like it. After all, like I said before, German towns have the... I don't know, they just have that quirk, I guess, or that attribute that they tend to... At one point they just... It's like in a game where it just reiterates what you've seen before. Does that make sense? It just, it repeats. Hawking has ALS, slow death of every motor neuron. Yeah, that's just hellish. And we still don't know what exactly causes it, as far as I'm aware of. I mean, it's been a while since I last read a study on ALS, but since I've last read something about that, it seems like we still don't really understand the cause. And that's really, I mean, somewhat demotivating, but I think it's like with many things, just don't give up and keep pushing. Still don't understand the ALS ice bucket thing. Like, why not donate to them without drowning yourself? Yeah, I also never understood that. My dad did it, but he had the bucket, but he also donated to the charities. So I was like, I don't think that's how it's supposed to go. But then again, I don't know. I also never really understood it. Hawking was really unusual. He never became fully locked in. Yeah, that's also very unusual. As he could still breathe without a full apparatus and could move some of his fingers on one of his hands. Yeah, usually they just, at least that's what I read. Commonly they just stop breathing and that's how they die, because the motor neurons needed to breathe, to put airs in the lungs. They just stop working and then you can't breathe anymore and they basically, they suffocate. And for him, either luckily or unluckily, depends on if you think that's a good quality of life. That is definitely also a debate worth talking about. Was less about the money donating as it was raising awareness. Yeah, but I've definitely known that awareness sometimes can do bad things. I've seen it with autism awareness. Awareness is not education. Awareness is a good first step, yes, but it can definitely go bad if people are very uninformed. Had a teacher die from MS at 43. Apparently the MS caused a brain tumor and she didn't survive it. I'm not aware of MS causing tumors, but then again I could be wrong, and we do have a medical student here who definitely knows that better than I do, so... But as far as I'm aware, it doesn't give you tumors, although if you happen to have a tumor and MS, of course it's going to complicate things even more. MS is a other illness where specifically the body attacks the myelin covers of the neurons. So these act like a fatty insulation of the neurons, and the... Oh no, what did I do? Stupid. Very stupid. Anyway, that's not good. So you have symptoms like face numbness or just general numbness, extreme tiredness, and it can even go as far as you not being able to walk straight or just get up. Diaphragm becomes paralyzed and you either choke, become unable to breathe, or get a respiratory infection. Yeah, I've seen that apparently that is the first thing that usually goes really wrong if it progresses enough. But apparently there's some people where it never goes towards the motor nerves of your diaphragm, so, or the muscles used to breathe. Your breathing muscles, there's definitely muscles that are just there for you to breathe in properly. Pull in air into the lungs. That's pretty scary, I mean, jeez. But as far as I'm aware, ALS usually develops very early. So if you're in your late 20s now, or just mid 20s and you don't have it, usually you don't get it then. But I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've last read things about ALS. But it is definitely scary, and I've read Stephen Hawking's accounts of it. But then again, like we already said, his case is very exceptional. Looks like we are talking about diseases. It's funny, 3 days ago I went to a city in Baghdad called Medicine City. It's a paradise for doctors. It's really big. Really, is that a part in Baghdad called Medicine City, or it's just a part of that city for really nice for doctors? Didn't even know that. But yeah, sometimes they just get very morbid, and I mean, if you have a nerd who's way too morbidly curious and has to read every single stupid thing that she ever comes across, and you have a medical student, then things like that are just gonna happen. But yeah, it's interesting how there's more diseases that are super rare, that are very either fatal or just hell. I forgot the name of the condition or the illness, but there's been cases of people having a specific illness where their skin basically always flakes off, and they can't really make proper skin. So every single thing they touch, basically they are full of wounds everywhere and sores. And I remember watching a documentary about a little boy who had that, and oh, that was so tough to watch. I had teary eyes during the whole thing. He had to have so many bandages, and they needed to be wet so that it didn't get too dry. Poor boy. I think he's succumbed to that. But I hope he has his peace now, because that was so hard to watch, especially a innocent little kid, you know, just wants to run around and play with a ball, make good memories like any boy out there, and he can't, because his skin just flakes off. Like, he can't just sit in a chair like I do, because at that point the skin on his buttocks would just come off because of the contact and the shearing forces. That's how weak his skin was. It was, oh god, poor guy. That was really hard to watch. And yeah, I needed to watch it because stupid brain, Corbett curiosity. Morbid curiosity is what I wanted to say. Just reread my teacher's obituary. Apparently she had a brain tumor as a child, which she beat. But the tumor came back when she turned 40, so the cancer and the MS. Oh no, yeah, then... Yeah, if you have MS and then cancer on top, it's usually game over. That's just too much for a body to handle. I mean, there are cases of people surviving that. But then again, a brain tumor in and of itself is already almost always a death sentence. And then with MS, really, I hope she has the peace that she needed. At least she doesn't have to suffer anymore. Hawking were really lucky with his ALS prognosis. Well, prognosis, not prognosis. Depends on who you ask. I've debated that with people who really said it would have been better if he died early. they argued that a life with ALS where you can basically almost not move is not worth living. Which I kind of see that point, but then again, I'm very happy that Hawking did what he did with the scientific progress on black holes. He had juvenile ALS, which is ALS before the age of 25. Yeah, which that is also apparently very rare, if I remember that correctly. Once you turn 40, you're at risk for ALS normally. However, you can get it earlier if you have family members with it. Yeah, I remember now there's a strong genetic component. Luckily, I don't have anything like that in my family. But mark my words, before I ever think of getting pregnant, I'll definitely do a genetic testing to see what kind of not so nice genetic quirks might be lurking in me. I definitely don't want to have children with diseases that don't need to get passed down. Although I don't think I am in such a case. Imagine the smartest two students in the class have different answers. That happened last year in school in my class. That's a classic meme as well, yeah. Happened in my class as well. Even though I have to say people always think the smartest kid in class is the one with the highest grades, which no, that's not always one-to-one. I mean, they aren't mutually exclusive. Still need to fix that weird thing with, for some reason I have to, the only way I can record sound now from the game is like from the TV. But that isn't really the best quality. And please, Duskull, can you please come now? It's been way too long. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that is about. And tomorrow is Shiny Kecleon time. Because last week I've gotten the Why Not? And let's see how the Kecleon goes. I mean, I think I should get them, both of them, during one stream. I definitely know, I mean, I will set the delay correctly in the beginning so nothing stupid happens. But that way you get to learn from my mistakes as well. Very quiet outside. I really thought there was going to be a lot of noises tonight, but apparently the nations that play now, or no, at least Portugal. Where are the Portuguese? They should be definitely honking by now. Like, did they win? Did they lose? Or are the police cracking down on honkers now? Let me check. Let's see. No. I don't know, it seems to send me to weird. Oh, Portugal lost? Oh, okay, that's why they're so silent. I was wondering, because usually in Luxembourg we have a lot of Portuguese immigrants. And they're, let's say, notorious honkers. But if they lost, it's very silent. That's, oh well. Sorry about that then. Smart Kid A, I got 46 as my answer. Smart Kid B, I got 32 as my answer. Me, I got the fall of Rome. Imagine you name your daughter after yourself, but you add a sequel and you tell Yana sequel your life goal is to do shiny hunting and getting 100 shiny oddish. So just call my girl, my daughter Yana sequel, and not Yana the second. Although, I don't know, would that be... I'm not royalty, you know? I'd rather have my kids have their own original names. But yeah, the thought is kind of funny. I think I will get to the 100 shiny oddish goal myself. I don't need a someone who comes after my legacy to do that. I think I'm gonna do that within my lifetime. Oh my god, I have to tell you something, Yana. I'm all ears. So I was playing D&D yesterday as a player for the first time in a year. I remember you telling me you were kind of... You had enough of DMing, you wanted to be player as well. And an NPC was talking about they had to avenge the murder of their wife who was named Yana. Really? Oh boy. My namesake got murdered. Rip her. Rip fictional D&D Yana. Yeah, usually my name is pretty, as in the name itself may not be rare, but that specific spelling is. And sometimes some fantasy settings use my spelling because it's more out there, or at least more unusual. A lot of people have definitely problems writing my name, pronouncing my name. Even if it's written right there, they still have trouble with it. Knew someone who, I kid you not, had the third in their legal name. Oh, I believe you. I mean, seeing what names go through in the US, that would be completely illegal in any EU country. Like, you can name your kid Lucifer or Satan in the US legally, and that would not be possible in the EU. Like, they would say no. Never really had the name Yana until I met you, so I was like, you had to get revenge or who? Are they playing my husband or something? Oh god. Got murdered in that timeline. You have to avenge me. I guess. Well, yeah, what a coincidence still. That must have felt really weird, especially if you only know one Yana. Then you're like, wait, what? I also have the same effect now with Andrew. I didn't know anyone, I mean, I knew of the name Andrew, but I didn't know anyone who was called that, and now when I read that name, I think of you. As in, for the name Ahmed, I know other people named Ahmed, but I think Ahmed, is it a common Arabian name? I've known people from Iraq, Iran, what else? Qatar, Syria, Turkey, names Ahmed. Hey there, Dustin Melroy, welcome to the stream, how you doing? I'll get vengeance for fictional Yana, my character's dress husband. Thanks. But definitely a very strange coincidence, but you know, that just happens. Your name is Andrew, is that like a Kaiser Karmazin reference? It is! It's a reference. I mean, there's not a lot of Andrews in Europe. That is a name that usually only exists in English-speaking countries. No worries. It happens sometimes. Misclicks happen very quickly, I definitely know that. It's apparently 19 degrees now, but I don't know, I'm already sweating. Wearing dresses made out of cotton because anything too synthetic and I just sweat too much. It's these summers are definitely getting more extreme. And yet people are still, you know, claiming that climate change isn't real. But my character, Alai, wants to atone for the death of his husband, who he actually was set up to kill. It's complicated, but I didn't know who he was killing at the time. Well, that makes it more interesting in the story. So, is that friend of yours who's the DM? I assume he's pretty good? Ahmed is Islam name, not just around. Yeah, it's a Muslim name. That much I thought so. But yeah, I know multiple Ahmeds. But although I have to say, when I read Ahmed, you are the first one I think of because you are the Ahmed that I have the most contact now. Right, let's see. Still nothing. Oh, jeez. Duskull, where art thou? Thou shalt come. Thou shalt appear. And I don't know why I'm talking very old English. But yes, very old German exists as well. And very old French. And very old French is just freaking hard to understand. You just read a sentence and you understood maybe 2 words. Old German, if you know German well, it's not that hard. Just has a lot of weird added things, but Old French is just feels like another language. Hard to explain, but definitely had problems back in school when we had to, in literature classes, had to analyze very old French writing. That was definitely really hard. Alai was an assassin and became a symbol of rebellion against the powerful. Oh, that's based. You can assume who set him up, and so they took him out of the picture, essentially. Ah, I see. Political drama in a D&D story. That's what I want. Alai also had an adopted daughter, Zara, who saw his whole murder happen and thinks Alai intentionally killed her other father and saw a wrench against Alai. Ooh, things getting spicy there. That's great. I think I might need better D&D players. Granted, I haven't played it as much as you have, but I definitely really like it when the DM is very good or has a good story going on. Do you also have the dice obsession, like buying dice in different colors? Of course I have hot pink translucent ones and hot pink glittery ones. This happened when Alai was 32 and he's 52 now. He's very depressed but has gotten back into the job. Wants to reconnect with his daughter and make things right. Oh, that's also very heartwarming. Is it a human or another species? I'm a bit of a dice goblin. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Like, you don't need them, but your brain just says, buy them, buy them, buy them. And you just relent. Because deep inside we are still children, in a way. But yeah, don't let your inner child die. But don't let it be in complete control either, that's also not so good. see, what's the weather tomorrow? Okay, the news say it's gonna be very stormy. And yet the app says it's gonna be 28 degrees and sun. Oh, it's gonna be on the weekend, alright. The storminess. Oh, and then it will be rainy again and like 15, 16 degrees. Oh, I hate that. I always get my sinuses always fill up so much when a drastic weather change like that happens. I don't know why. I've asked several doctors about it, and they just said that apparently there's a gene some people have where they're very sensitive to atmospheric pressure changes, and then that happens. Apparently that used to be presumably a evolutionary advantage that early cave humans had, but nowadays it's just annoying. But oh, well, it's not like I can change that. Ale is a human but has sci-fi implants. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. He's a good person at heart but has a very troubled life. He hasn't seen his daughter in 20 years now and is as old as Ale was when he killed his husband. Oh yeah, so a lot of time in between that. If I liked online D&D more, I'd love to DM for you, but for now I just can't do online D&D. Yeah, I bet you have enough to do, enough on your schedule already. I don't want to give you even more stress than you already have. That's definitely... I mean, yeah. Things get really awkward because I can't play off of the people's emotions as easily. Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely you need to read body language as well. I mean, I've never been a DM before, but that makes sense. Like, that just makes intuitively, that makes sense. And if you don't have cameras, and even if you do with cam, still not the same thing, definitely not. Alright, I'm gonna I think I'm gonna stream for 3 more minutes and then I'm gonna hit the hay for tonight, as they always say. I mean, 2 hours, 2 shinies in the beginning for whatever reason. But who knows, maybe in the... I mean, that has happened before in one Wednesday, remember, where I got the shiny the very last minute, or the last reset. Has happened with the why not, has happened with a what's the name again of that water ground type that you can fish in Hoenn, Barboach. That also happened, so who knows, gotta stay optimistic. Plus time difference makes things hard. I mean, 12 for me is around 20 your time. Yeah, definitely. That has always been a kind of a problem with online friends that I also have. For example, I mean, now you and the Fiery Chameleon, you are in the US and the Fiery Chameleon is in Australia, so the time differences are definitely not negligible. And I also had that with other US or Australian friends where we wrote to each other, and it was basically you had to wait for so many hours until you were awake at the same time that they were. Now I wish we had wormhole technology already. You could just jump into a wormhole and be on a different continent. Or on a different planet, I mean... who knows? Alright, let's do one more reset. Come on game. Usually do 4-hour sessions, so it would go from 20 to 24 for you, which could be unnecessarily late. I mean, one of the first times I went to a D&D thing, we were there until 4 a.m. because it was just really freaking long. And we didn't want to go, and then just time flew by, and then it was 4 a.m. and we're like, oops. But yeah, let's see what the future will hold. But yeah, I know how busy you are, especially if you just study medicine. Studying medicine by itself is already a lot of time and energy needs to be invested into that. Alright, what will I get? Hopefully something good. Better be. And no, unfortunately not, but be not afraid. Tomorrow is another stream. I'm gonna try for the Kecleon, and on Friday, should I not get it on Thursday, I'll go for the Kecleon again. If not, I'll continue with the Shiny only challenge, because that has been a while and I do miss doing that. If I can figure out how to DM you, for you I will, but yeah, for now it definitely won't happen. And once again, thanks for the stream as always, thank you. Hopefully be able to share my story to you tonight sometime. Yeah, no worries, just write it to me on Discord or something. I'll definitely probably gonna read it tomorrow morning when I wake up. And yeah, as always, thank you so much for being part of the stream. Remember that I'll stream again tomorrow and on Friday. And until then, have a good one, goodbye and good night.